Hey guys, this is Calvin Dean with the Calvin Dean Show. And man, thank you, and thank you. This is going to be such a great show. I told you I would be doing the NFC East. This show's the prediction show for the NFC East. Get ready to rumble, people. All right. Thank you. Hey, guys, just a reminder, subscribe, turn your notifications on, man, and just comment on the show. It's going to be a fun one, guys. I mean, it's so interesting. I was looking over at ESPN, right? And the predictions are already in, guys. Already in. Of the top 32 teams now, 32 teams in the 2025 draft. Wow. I mean, wow, guys. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go from 32 down. Okay, 32 down. This is amazing. So the 32nd pick will be the San Francisco 49ers. 31st, Kansas City. 30th, Detroit Lions. 29th, the Baltimore Ravens. 28th, the Eagles. 27th, the Cowboys. 26th, the Bills. 25th, the Bengals. 24th, the Green Bay Packers. 23rd is the Houston Texans. 22nd is Atlanta Falcons. 21st, the Dolphins. The 20th would be the Jets. 19th would be the Rams. 18th would be the Chargers. 17th would be the Bears. 16th, Browns. 15th, Jags. 14th, Colts. 13th, Steelers. 12th, Tampa Bay. 11th, Seahawks. 10th, Saints. 9th would be the Cardinals. 8th would be the Las Vegas Raiders. 7 would be the Minnesota Vikings. 6th would be the Giants. 5th would be the Commanders. 4th would be the Titans. Now, mind you guys, if you're in the top 3, oh my, you're going to have some, I mean, these guys who do these polls and they do all these scenarios, they're usually right on. Usually right on. So the third pick of the 2025 draft will be the Denver Broncos. The next one, I think this one is probably right. It's either or, but it would be the Carolina Panthers would be second. And the number one pick, the number one team that will get the first pick would be the New England Patriots. Wow. That is how high the analysts are on New England. I mean, come on, man. I mean, jeez. Wow. I just can't believe that, man. And they're hoping that the Eagles will have an upswing this year. An upswing. That's what the experts are talking about, because they lost 6 of their last 7 games, including getting just shellacked. I mean, blown out by Tampa Bay in the wild card game. What was that, 32-9, wasn't it? Wow. I mean, and I predicted that game too. I predicted that Tampa Bay would beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, it's just, how time flies. Here we are predicting the schedule. And let's go for, like I said, we're going to do the NFC East division. And let's go over the Washington Commanders first. Commanders have the Buccaneers in week 1. And they would be playing the Buccaneers on that one Sunday at 4 p.m. And, so I'm looking over their schedule. They have the Bucs, they have the Giants, they have the Bengals, they have the Cardinals. So they're going to, I have a loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have a win against the Giants. I have a loss to the Bengals. I have it's going to be in Arizona. I have a loss in Arizona. I have a loss in Cleveland. I have a loss in Baltimore. Then they play the Panthers. I have a win. I have Chicago Bears. It's in Chicago. It's in Washington. It's the Bears. I think by then, week 8, I think Caleb Williams will be on fire. So I think they're going to have a loss. And then they just play the Giants again. This time, I think it's in New York. They're going to beat the Giants. And then they have Pittsburgh. They're going to lose. And then they have Philadelphia lose. Dallas lose. Tennessee win. New Orleans win. Eagles again, 16th. This one might be interesting. They might upset the Eagles on this one, and then you have the Falcons, and you have the Cowboys in Week 18. Now, just here's the predictions. This is what I got. These teams going NFC, like the NFC East. I have them going 7-10. 7-10 this season. I think that's a step up. They could go 8-9. I could see them. I could see them doing some upsets and stuff like that. I can see that happening. I just don't see them winning that many games. Like I said, I think they'll lose against the Bucks. That's 0-1, right? And then the Giants. That's 1-1. Then 1-2 against the Bengals. 1-3 against the Cards. 1-4, 1-5, 2-5, 2-6, 3-6, 3-7, 3-8, 3-9, 4-9, 5-9, 6-9, 7-9, and 7-10 at the boys. They'll lose. So yeah, I see a 7-10 on the horizon with the Washington Commanders. I think that would be they're playing some good teams. They're playing some really, really, really good teams. Okay, let's go to the New York Football Giants. I have them really terrible. I really do. I have them really terrible. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is regular season. They play the Minnesota Vikings at home, right? So you got to look at. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings. They have a brand new quarterback and brand new system, but you have the Giants, and they're just terrible. I'm going to give that to Minnesota. I just don't. I don't know. I just am losing. Their first game, and then their next game is at Washington. I'm going to give them 2 losses in a row. Cleveland 3 losses in a row. Cowboys 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2-8. And I see them only winning possibly 5 games, 4 or 5 games throughout the whole year. So I have the Giants going 5-12. Sorry guys, but that's how I see it. I don't see them. I just don't see them having a great year. I really don't. I would do the Cowboys next. The Cowboys. I think I'm sorry, Tony Lawton. I know you're a big Cowboy fan, so but man, I just don't. They played the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland the first game of the season. It's at Cleveland. At Cleveland. So I just don't see. I'm sorry. I think the Browns are going to beat them the first game of the season, and then to have the Saints right after that, another really tough matchup on the New Orleans Saints, after losing, but they're going to be at home, so I have the win, but they got to Baltimore loss, Giants win, Pittsburgh possibly win, Detroit loss, San Francisco loss, Atlanta. I mean, I'm going to give them a loss because it's going to be in Atlanta, and then they play Philadelphia Eagles, and the Houston Texans, and the Commanders, and the Giants, and the Bengals. And then they have some easy ones with the Giants, like I said, and in Washington they have to play at home. But they got to play the Bengals, and then the Panthers, that's a pretty easy win. Buccaneers, that would be a hard win. And same with the Eagles. And at the end of the year, you're playing the Commanders. Oh, man, I'm sorry, Cowboy fans. I have you 8-9. 8-9 for the year. I mean, it could go 9-8. I just have this strange feeling that they're just going to just be terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. The next, team of four, it would be the Philadelphia Eagles. Think about it. They play Green Bay, they play the Falcons, and they play the Saints. Right now, I mean, it's Philadelphia Eagles. Now, okay, they lose to the Packers. Right? Let's just say that. Let's just say that they lose barely. All right. But I don't know. It's that prime time game, man. I think they're going to be. I think they might win. It's an either or on that one. I'm going to have to give it up to the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if they might come in, and they might be still hot from last year. But they did get rid of some guys too, so it's an either on that one, right? So then you have the Falcons. They're playing in 2 home games in a row. So let's just say they beat the Falcons. So let's go 1-1. They play the Saints 2-1. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-2. 5th week is their bye, and then the 6th week Cleveland Browns, and then the Giants and the Bengals and the Jags and the Cowboys and the Commanders and the Rams and the Ravens. Week 14 is the Panthers. That's an easy win. Then they play the Steelers. Week 15, that's going to be interesting because right then and there you'll know when it comes to that point if Russell Wilson and if Justin Fields are doing well. We'll all know that by then. And it's at home. Then they play Washington, Dallas, and then the Giants. So virtually their last 3 games are Washington, Dallas, and Giants. Think about that, I mean, you're going to beat the Commanders. They could even beat the Cowboys at that point, and the Giants. So they have their last 3 games are definitely winnable games. Definitely winnable games. So I have them going 11-6. That's what I have the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Philadelphia's going to bounce back this year. I think look at what they did. They got Saquon Barkley. That's like the Ravens getting King Henry. It's that good. It's that puts them above everyone else in that actual division. So that's what I got, guys. I got Philadelphia going 11-6. I have the Cowboys in second place at 8-9. I have the Washington Commanders at 7-10, and I have the New York Football Giants at 5-12. And man, they're in trouble, guys. They're in so much trouble. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the Calvin Dean Show. And next week we have the AFC South, and that is going to be so much fun. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great time, and keep the faith, people.